In the summer of 2022, a video of a young man reviewing mango habanero wings went viral on TikTok.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. Mango habanero wings. Oh wow. Okay, these are very, very spicy.
He had a lisp, sure, but that wasn't the reason he blew up. There was no charm, no substance. The internet latched onto him for one reason only: his looks. A real-life Discord moderator stereotype brought to life. Here's what people imagine when they think of a loser. But what people didn't know was that behind the greasy food reviews and weird looks was something far darker. A pattern of behavior that would go on to become one of the most disturbing things TikTok has ever seen. Nova Online was exposed for having a fetish for wearing adult diapers and engaging in inappropriate calls with minors, which sometimes turned pretty disturbing.
Gold twinkle will die. How I wonder why you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle will die. How I wonder what you.
You'd think people would have been disgusted enough to look away, but they weren't. A small group stayed loyal. Some even built shrines.
Dear Nova, I truly wish I could give you my set of eyes and put them into yours so you could see how much of a cool, wonderful person you are.
But they were the exception. Most people weren't fans at all. They came to troll him. They doxed him, swatted him, and eventually started showing up at his house, making it clear he wasn't safe even at home.
Read the sign! No trespassing! Fuck you too, bitch!
Eventually, his online behavior spilled into real life. He was kicked out of his local church, and no one would hire him.
Struggling. Not even McDonald's wants to hire me. Nobody wants to fucking...
But even that wasn't the most unhinged part. Nova's uncle, Andrew Gage, had his phone number leaked, leading him to crash out on Nova, calling him a pervert and even threatening him.
Mom, this is urgent. Fucking urgent. Andy just texted me again.
Yes.
His phone number got leaked, and now he's blaming... He just sent us word for word. Okay, you pervert, you get my phone off of TikTok before you have an accident.
Nova has tried to reinvent himself, hitting the gym, cleaning his room, but nothing ever lasts. And the trolling only intensifies as he spirals further out of control, much to the internet's amusement. Now, his name is synonymous with Discord server meltdowns.
This is not a drill. This is not a f***ing drill. This is not a f***ing drill. My main account just got hacked. My main account just got hacked. I am really working really hard to get it back. I am so under so much stress right now.
Weird fetishes, allegations of inappropriate conduct with minors, and a seemingly endless cycle of self-destruction that no one seems able or willing to stop. But it wasn't always like this. Gabriel Michael Lee Scrivenger Gage grew up in Post Falls, Idaho, a small town where everyone knows everyone. The kind of place where reputations stick, following you to every job interview, every grocery store, every church pew. And Nova would learn that the hard way. According to an alleged interview with his uncle, Nova grew up in a sheltered environment where his parents would put him in front of a computer so they wouldn't babysit him. Turns out, this was not a great idea, because when they tried to get him away from the screen, he would throw tantrums, early signs of digital dependence already taking hold. His uncle would also describe him as fearful of the world, a young man whose understanding of social interaction came almost entirely from screens, rather than from real human contact. During the 2020 lockdowns, Nova tried to restart his online career. He launched a YouTube channel called Novine Universe, uploading silent gameplay videos. There was no commentary, no editing, and no interaction, just raw footage posted onto his YouTube channel. But nothing happened. The algorithm ignored him, viewers never showed up, and the channel went nowhere. By the summer of 2022, he'd all but given up on YouTube. He was discouraged, but not done trying, because TikTok was about to change everything, and not in the way that he'd hoped.
Mango habanero wings. Oh, wow. Okay, these are very, very spicy.
These videos hit millions of views and saw him get hundreds of thousands of followers. But this was not the kind of viral fame most creators dream of. People were not watching because they admired him. They were watching because they found him entertaining for all the wrong reasons. His appearance became the punchline, turning him into a meme and a target of parody. He was a spectacle, not a success story. What Nova failed to understand, or chose not to see, was that this kind of attention comes at a cost. The same audience that pushes his video into the algorithm would later turn on him, tracking every mistake, every controversy, and every disturbing revelation that followed. Fresh off his TikTok success, Nova made a decision that would later prove disastrous. He linked his Discord server, called Novine Universe, directly to his TikTok bio, opening it up to a mostly young audience. What was meant to be a fan community quickly became something far more troubling. The warning signs appeared almost immediately. Nova promoted his Discord server as places for fans to connect, business promotion, and casual conversations. Instead, they repeatedly collapsed into chaotic spaces filled with NSFW content, underage users, and harassment. Although Nova claimed most of the servers were for adults only, enforcement was non-existent. Age verification relied entirely on what he called an honor system. Users simply typed their age. No checks, no safeguard. The system failed, and it failed in the worst possible way. In September of 2022, messages from Nova's Discord were leaked onto TikTok, and what they revealed shocked even his most cynical observers. The leaks exposed Nova's involvement in ABDL communities, adult baby diaper lover groups, where he openly discussed his fetishes. But the leaks went beyond fetish content. Evidence emerged of Nova engaging in inappropriate conversations with underage individuals. One particularly disturbing incident involved a video where Nova allegedly sang "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" to someone he believed was a 14-year-old girl.
Go twinkle with that. How I wonder why you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle with that. How I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
Nova's defense was immediate and predictable. He claimed the evidence was photoshopped, that the allegations were fabricated, that trolls were exaggerating his behavior.
Proof my ass, it's all photoshopped. It's been proven. You guys need to get a job instead of wasting your fat asses on small TikTokers. Those are clearly effing photoshopped. And if I can, I'll get my effing lawyers into this.
Perhaps the most damning aspect of Nova's Discord management was his appointment of underage users as moderators. Another 15-year-old, referred to as Sia Jaeger, became his podcast co-host and social media manager. Nova publicly called her his woman, despite knowing her minor status, a claim he later denied, insisting she was an adult in university without providing any evidence.
Surrounding Sia lately, so I'm just going to address it right now. First off, I've seen that video from the Leaping Lemur. I just wanted to inform you guys that Sia is not 15. She goes to university, so therefore she is well over 18.
But according to Sia, Nova knew she was 15 and even once told her that it was a decent age. And you've not heard the worst of it because in one of the leaked Discord messages, Nova admits to fantasizing about being kids. And if there's one thing that defines Nova's online career, it's repetition. The same mistakes made over and over, each time with the promise that things would be different, and each time ending in disaster because even with his Discord getting leaked, he would go on to open new servers, attract a mix of fans and trolls, ignore rules and warnings, face infiltration or hacking, experience a public meltdown, often broadcast it live to thousands of viewers, destroy or abandon the server, vow to quit, and then repeat.
Ladies and gents, tomorrow, another big announcement about NovaCord is coming soon. And the relaunch of the Discord server is coming soon. And this time, it's 18 plus. So I know nothing bad's gonna happen to it.
Between late 2024 and mid-2025, Noah created multiple Discord servers, each one ending in disaster.
I'm never making another fucking Discord server again. This is the motherfucking fourth.
In one instance, one of his servers was completely destroyed while Nova was streaming live, and the footage of his reaction, screaming in distress as his community collapsed around him, went viral.
Oh no, not the server! The server got nuked! The server! No! Fuck! And there goes the server. Ugh. Fuck me sideways! Not even 5 fucking days. The server's already gone.
As his popularity grew, Nova found himself caught in a growing online storm. Forums like Kiwi Farms began documenting his behavior, building long threads that tracked every controversy and every leaked message. Strangely, he was finally getting the attention he had always wanted, as YouTube commentators released expose videos that pulled in millions of views. But this time, the attention came with consequences, and Nova was not ready for what followed.
I've been going a month and a half without a job, and I'm f***ing sick of it!
You see, Nova's online reputation didn't just destroy his Discord servers, it decimated his ability to support himself in the most basic of ways. In a small town like Post Falls, where word travels fast and everyone has a smartphone, the digital destruction of his character translated directly into real-world unemployment.
I haven't had a stable job for over a year.
Nova lost multiple jobs in the past year alone, each position ending due to some combination of poor work ethic, attendance issues, interpersonal conflicts, and direct interference from online trolls who had made a hobby of contacting his employers with complaints of his most damning moments. It got so bad that he couldn't raise the $900 for his rent. Desperate for work, Nova turned to the one place he still had an audience. He began asking for job leads on TikTok and Discord, posting publicly and hoping someone would help.
Once again, I'm desperately looking for a job, so if you're a manager in the Spokane Valley to Coeur d'Alene area, actually hiring, no fake job offers, just please hit me up on my email, please. I'm begging for a job at this point. I've gone almost 6 months unemployed. And this video is going to be out right away. I'm not whacking this in my drafts like I do most videos, because I'm that desperate for a job.
Instead, it backfired. Trolls took advantage of that immediately. They created fake job listings designed specifically to target him. Nova fell for the scams more than once, going through full interview processes for jobs that did not exist. In one case, he showed up for an interview at a restaurant that wasn't even hiring. Only afterwards did he realize it was fake. His reaction was recorded on video, a quiet, defeated moment where he admitted he had fallen for it again, even though he knew he was being targeted.
I think I fell for it again. Victim to another fake job offer. My god, I fell for it twice. Unless the supposed supervisor can somehow prove to me that it wasn't fake, then I fell for it again. I asked Gemini, there's no mention of a restaurant opening up at the address they provided me. It's just that I think I fell for it again. But unless they send me solid proof that they're actually opening on there, then...
Some businesses were ready to give him a chance, but they all ended in disaster. I mean, he got a job working at a Popeyes, and his failure was nothing short of spectacular. Nova lasted only 5 hours. Not 5 days, not 5 shifts. 5 hours before being fired. He reportedly told his boss that he did not want to work with minors, a statement that raised immediate alarm bells given his documented history.
I mentioned that I didn't want to work with minors, and they didn't like that, so they fired me.
The statement itself revealed a troubling lack of self-awareness. Either Nova recognized his own danger and was trying to preemptively avoid situations that might lead to problems, or he was so disconnected from reality that he didn't understand how such a request would sound to anyone aware of the allegations against him. Either way, he was cooked. But that wasn't the only job where Nova sabotaged himself, because when the local Denny's hired him, he couldn't last for more than 2 weeks.
Your boy got a new job. Finally, the job search arc is over.
For a brief moment, we all thought that he was about to turn his life around.
and I'm just gonna tell you how my first day went. Like, it went pretty smoothly, and I pretty much had no issues with any of my workers, except that some of them were quite annoyed at some of the tables, which is kind of fair. Like, I sometimes get how servers can be in the back of the house versus front of the house. So yeah, to answer your question, how my first work shift at the new workplace went, it went pretty smooth, no issues at all, and I actually had fun working.
But we had our hopes a little too high, because Nova was a nuisance at his new job. This is what one of his former coworkers had to say about Nova's time at Denny's.
Kid, and he would play weird brain rot TikTok music in the kitchen over everyone else's music. He would consistently ask everyone, guess what? And then you would say what? And he'd say, these nuts. Pretty annoying.
Nova's joblessness pushed him to try his luck in other ventures. In an attempt to generate income outside of content creation, Nova launched NovaCord, a small business selling customizable paracord bracelets.
So I am selling 3 different items in many different colors. So I'm selling 1-tone paracord bracelets for $11.50 US, and then I am also selling 2-tone paracord bracelets for $13 US. I'm also selling little keychains for $6, 1-tone or 2-tone.
The venture was explicitly tied to financial desperation, particularly the need to cover rent. He promoted the business through TikTok, live streaming the bracelet making process and offering personalized options.
Mail soon. This is a dark green one that was also sold pending selling location. This forest green black combination is being sent to Washington, and honestly, I love this color. It is so fucking cool. And finally, the amber bracelet was sold, and it is going to Baltimore.
Business wasn't exactly booming for Nova. I mean, knowing what kind of person Nova is, it's no surprise that customers complained about delayed shipments. But the fact that he was making products in the same unsanitary home environment documented in countless videos raised hygiene concerns about the items people were expected to wear. You see, Nova's mental state deteriorated under the weight of constant harassment. His physical environment reflected the chaos. His living conditions became widely documented through his own videos. A cluttered home filled with trash, discarded food containers, visible stains, and suspected infestations. One particularly memorable incident during a fantasy football stream captured a bug crawling out from under his shirt, sparking widespread disgust and speculation about bedbug bites visible on his skin.
Grandma, Lucas, Tate, Jackson, and Aiden. If I missed any names, y'all unfortunately are last.
In late October of 2025, Nova tried what he called a shower arc, a series of videos documenting daily showers to counter hygiene criticisms.
Alrighty, y'all. 1 shower down, infinity to go, and here's some proof I was in there. Shampoo in. Shampoo out.
He admitted that poor hygiene had been a long-standing problem, claiming the showers made him feel refreshed and improved his mental health.
Alright guys, I'm gonna be 100% real with y'all. My hygiene's a total problem. Sorry if I look a little off, I just got kind of done with crying because I know how big of a problem this is. So, starting today, I'm doing daily shower videos.
The series lasted approximately 1 week before he abandoned it, citing low motivation and depression from ongoing trolling.
Grab my shower. I just want to apologize for the lack of shower videos recently. My mental health is the worst it's ever been lately.
In one particularly sad moment, Nova attempted to clean his room using a snow shovel to push trash around. The viral clip showed him grunting, complaining about the effort, watching items spill and scatter, and ultimately giving up, leaving the room arguably messier than before. The comments were obviously brutal, mocking his inability to simply bend down and pick things up. So it wasn't a surprise that people were grossed out that anyone would want to buy anything from Nova. More troublingly, the business operated off the books. No formal registration, no tax compliance, no proper business structure. Gabriel used temporary Discord servers, his email, and burner phone numbers to process orders, making accountability nearly impossible. The business, like everything else Gabriel touched, became another source of controversy rather than a fresh start that he claimed to want. But what's even more shocking is Nova's spending. What is making Nova's financial situation especially frustrating to watch is how he's spending his money. While he's begging for followers for $900 to cover rent and claiming he's broke and unemployed, he's still buying things that suggest very different priorities. Pokemon cards are becoming a major flashpoint. In June of 2025, Nova is uploading a video where he opened a Super Elite Trainer box and a booster bundle bought from an eBay scalper, purchases totaling over $200. Just days earlier, he's publicly complaining about rent and asking his viewers for donations. The comments are ruthless. People are asking how he could afford this when he was begging for money less than a week ago. What's crazy is that Nova is living with his disabled mother, Carrie Gage, contributing little to household expenses, yet still finding money for collectibles while insisting he can't afford basic necessities. And these are some of the issues that are causing a rift with his family. But poor spending habits are the least of his family's worries because Nova's online conduct has affected those closest to him, most notably his late uncle. His relationship with his uncle, Andrew Gage, had become deeply hostile. Andrew viewed Nova as deeply troubled and a pervert, constantly calling out his nephew's strange fixations and online behavior. However, you can't blame Noah's uncle for his frustrations toward his nephew, because his number was constantly being leaked, resulting in Nova's trolls coming at him. In fact, Andrew Gage had it with the trolls and even threatened his nephew with violence. And this was Nova's response to this threat.
Mom, this is urgent. Urgent. Andy just texted me again. His phone number got leaked, and now he's blaming. He just sent us word for word. Okay, you pervert, you get my phone off of TikTok before you have an accident.
And it was Nova's response to this threat. But before passing away, Andrew revealed that he had tried to guide young Nova. In a text-based interview conducted while Andrew was hospitalized, he detailed Nova's sheltered upbringing, how he tried to teach him fishing and car maintenance, but watched in horror as internet addiction consumed the young man. But Nova's uncle wasn't the only one who was affected by his online antics. The family-wide fallout was severe. The extreme was when Uncle Andrew's sister lost her job because of his inappropriate questions and his TikTok videos. The real-world consequences continued to pile up. He was banned from his church, and later his gym canceled his membership.
Hey all, it's Nova Cadre. So, I'm not as cheery as I usually am. I never in my life wanted to make this video, but unfortunately, the gym videos have been forced to a halt because unfortunately my gym called me and told me that my membership has been terminated. So now I have to look for a new gym inside of the area. I am not going to explain what happened, so just know that my gym called me. They told me that my membership was terminated, and for the foreseeable future, I cannot go back.
But perhaps most troublingly, warnings about Nova began appearing in local Facebook groups. On June 14, 2025, a post in the Post Falls, Idaho Facebook group explicitly warned residents about Nova as a child predator, citing his online history and urging parents to be vigilant. The digital had become physical, and Nova's reputation had followed him home. Even Nova's in-person activities were affected by his online reputation. He'd been a regular at karaoke nights at a local venue in Idaho, recording performances for TikTok and YouTube. But around June 21st, 2024, he was banned from the venue. And what's concerning now is that the trolling has moved beyond the comment section and right outside his home. On at least 2 occasions, individuals trespassed into his family's backyard, filming themselves exploring the property and commenting on personal details visible from Nova's videos.
I found Nova's house. Gabe, come on! Mow your yard, please. The tipped over water bottle from the Pokemon card video. plenty of sick whips. The door is open. I can smell him. Where the Queen resides. If Nova responds, I'll bring him a coffee. I told y'all I'd be back.
I want trees.
It's really smelly.
The scents and colors.
A little treat for the viewers.
The most aggressive confrontation occurred during a live stream when an individual drove up to the property yelling obscenities, including racial slurs. Nova appeared visibly shaken, his hands trembling as he told them to read the sign, referencing a no trespassing notice.
Read the sign! No trespassing! You too, bitch! Fuck me sideways.
Nova abruptly ended the stream, later describing it as the first time somebody had physically confronted him at his home.
First time that's happened. Yeah, I'm fine. You can see me shaking. Shit.
Despite everything he's gone through, Nova remains active online, especially on TikTok. His follower counts have declined. He attempted to return to his roots with food content, but even these videos became sources of criticism. His content has become increasingly repetitive. His financial situation appears dire, marked by continued unemployment and dependence on his disabled mother. Warnings about him continue to circulate in his hometown's Facebook groups. He has announced breaks, vowed to make changes, and promised transformations, none of which have materialized in any meaningful way. He's probably launching another Discord server right now, with the same flimsy safeguards and the same vulnerable audiences. And we're still watching, still documenting, still treating it all as entertainment. Is anyone going to stop him before he crashes and burns? If you enjoyed that video, click on the cards playing on your screen to watch some similar content.